Hi guys, so my name is Naja Embry and I'm a DC alumni for the 2018 graduating class. I was asked to talk to you guys about my journey through college and the experiences and what I've learned, how I decided on the career that I chose. So I honestly decided I needed to go to college because I had a specific lifestyle that I was wanting to live, and I wanted some financial stability to support myself and then a family if I decided to have one. In order to attain that, for me personally, I knew that pursuing a higher education was the next step. So after graduating high school, I moved down to Bowling Green to go to WKU, and I'm finishing up my last year of the nursing program here, where I'm going to have my Bachelor's of Science of Nursing to be a registered nurse come May, and then hopefully I'm going to go back to grad school, specialize in women's health, and become a nurse practitioner. If you would have asked me in 2018, whenever I was a senior, what I wanted to be, I probably would have told you that I was going to be a physical therapist, specifically an occupational therapist to work with special needs. It was either that or I wanted to be an English or history teacher, because those were the two subjects that I was the strongest in, and it was the only two subjects I could do easily. Math and science did not click well with me. But once I got to college, the first 2 years, I took introduction to kinesiology classes, which are the classes you would take if you're majoring in exercise science. And once I took those classes, I realized I didn't really enjoy the work of physical therapy. So I realized that was not going to be the path I took, and I had a little bit of fear and panic because, like, what else was I going to do? But obviously I landed with nursing, and these are the steps that I kind of took to discover what path I wanted to do. Number one, like I said, I took the classes. I think taking classes with like different subjects just to like test the waters to see what you like. Don't really close yourself off to anything, because you never know what you're gonna like and what you're not gonna like. You might surprise yourself. And it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. You're taking classes, you're learning what you like and what you don't, and you're also getting your gen eds done. So it doesn't hurt to just take what you can. Second, I tried to find a common link between the careers I was considering going into. I think physical therapy, occupational therapy, and teaching seemed like completely different, but I think at the root they both had to do with working with vulnerable populations and advocating for people. I knew whenever I was younger, so I was in the foster care system, and I know that my teachers were on the front lines of advocating for me and my safety, my well-being, and all of those teachers have still a special place in my heart today, and I wanted to be a part of that for somebody. And I knew that working in healthcare, you're going to be taking care of people, advocating for people all the time. So then I knew I kind of wanted to do something with the healthcare field. Whenever y'all are trying to, like, if you don't know what you're wanting to do, if you're trying to brainstorm what you want to do, think of something that brings you personal satisfaction and pride. More than likely, this is going to be a 9-to-5 job that you have. You want to make sure that you enjoy what you're doing. No one wants to be miserable at the career that they have. So pick something that's worthwhile. Third, I realized I was interested in nursing specifically after spending a lot of time with my nurse practitioner here in Owensboro. She owns her own private practice, and I asked her a ton of questions, and in return she gave me lots of advice, encouragement, and she connected me with other professionals in her field. That was really big for me, and it was, sorry, my mouth is so dry and you'll have to listen to me ramble, I'm so sorry. But networking is really important. You never know who you're talking to. You never know the opportunities that they can get you, all the jobs they can get you. So ask people questions. They would love to answer them. It's all about who you know, truly. 4, put in the work and lots of it. Your work ethic is going to change everything. More than your academic strengths, it's going to be how you work and how much you're going to work. If you don't hear or listen to anything else I say, honestly, just listen to that. I have ADHD, and I'm very jumbled and scattered, if you couldn't tell. I've always struggled in school to some extent. What would take my peers like an hour to get done would take me 3 to 4 hours. And it's always been that way. You would never probably be able to tell if you're looking at my grades, just because I have been an honor roll student. But I mean, that came with a lot of tears at the dining room table while my mom was telling me to go to bed. So definitely had to work for it. But putting in the extra time now is going to be worth it. It's a small price to pay in the grand scheme of things. You just have to find a way to discipline yourself and figure out what works for you. Utilize your resources. I know that tutoring was something that I had to do a lot, especially in high school a lot, and then even in college I'd go to workshops. I found out that I work better if there's other people in the room to hold me accountable. Number 5, don't limit yourself in your options based on your academic strengths and weaknesses. Again, your work ethic is probably going to be what you rely on the most. So, like I said earlier, English and history were probably the only school subjects that I did well in. But my knowledge in the Ottoman Empire and knowing Ernest Hemingway, that's not helping me get through my nursing program. It's the time and the effort that I'm putting in. And nursing is a science and human biology based major. So it's been very challenging for me, but it's also something that I know I want to do, and it's going to be rewarding and worth it in the end. And I just have to keep reminding myself, especially towards the end, because things are getting hard. I've been talking for a hot minute, so this will be the last thing I say, I promise. This is for anyone that's going to college, but mostly those of you that are going off to universities that are bigger or just further from home. Work hard and play later. I think it can be tempting, especially your freshman year, to go out, socialize, hang out with friends, go to gatherings, especially if you're in like a sorority or fraternity, and all of that stuff is good and fine. It's part of college, and it's great to like experience that stuff and to make connections, but you have to divvy your time up wisely. I promise you, if like you go to class and you do your homework, study for an hour to 45 minutes, get your homework done if it's pressing, you can have the rest of your night to yourself. Like, you don't have to work hard 24/7. It's all about balance. That's how life is too. I mean, you can't have too much of one thing, you can't have not enough of something else. You have to have just the right amount. Remember why you're at school, and you'll be fine. But college isn't just for academic learning. You're gonna learn life lessons, you're gonna develop independence, you'll discover things about yourself you didn't even know you had left to discover. College has been the absolute best years of my life, truly. I am excited for those of you that are considering going off to school. I'm excited for all of the different like stories you are all gonna have. And for those of you that absolutely know that college isn't for you, I think that's okay too. It's not a like one shoe fits all kind of world. I think the same rule still applies. Like, your work ethic, your perseverance, and your drive, your networking, like, do that stuff and you'll get far. Y'all are real for sticking through me rambling, but I wish the best to all of you, and congratulations to you guys on finishing your last year. I'm excited, and as always, go Panthers and stay classy, DC.